What's up, Thomas nerds? It's Trackmaster Tommi. Today, we're going to be going over my 80th anniversary Thomas and Friends predictions. Rules. Most confident predictions are first, getting less confidence as I go. This means that my first prediction is my most confident, and then my last prediction is the one that I don't really think is going to happen, but I'm hoping it does. They also have to be reasonable. So, I can't say Playroll is going to release every single train in the entire universe because it's the 80th anniversary. That's not going to happen, and I just want to stick to realistic ideas. Prediction 1, all engines go special. I think the special is going to be mid. I think there's going to be a lot of callbacks and fan service, like characters like Boko, I think, might appear. Duke might appear, but I'll get into that. And just like a random character. I just put Hank, but really just any character could appear. Like Flora might for some reason. Freddy. I was going to say Rosie, but no. She appeared a lot. It could be narrow gauge focused. I just kind of got a feeling about that. That's where they might bring back Duke and just all the Scarlowi cast. Includes characters like Edward, Henry, Duck, Donald, and Douglas. So Duck and Donald and Douglas are already confirmed, or at least Donald is, because there's a toy of him. We haven't seen any of Douglas, which is kind of strange, but I'm sure we'll see him. But yeah, those two are going to be tied into it. I'm pretty sure. Edward and Henry could too, because they're just classic, and fans will be like, oh, Edward and Henry, my favorite characters. But it's just fan service, so I don't really care. Adapt a railway series story. They could adapt 3 railway engines, but they already did that with The Adventure Begins, so I'm not 100% sure they'll do that, but it would be cool to see it in like a 2D style, even if they did like railway series, like a railway series style, which would be really cool. They could also do Super Rescue, but I don't really think they're gonna adapt that, but it might be mentioned as part of a callback. And then Flying Scotsman will 100% be in it. I just have a feeling he's kind of relevant in the show, and he's a cool character, so I think they will bring him back for this. Next we have a random Playrail pack will be released. Now this is 100% going to happen too. They do this for every anniversary. Just like a few of these. Got the clear Thomas down there. You have the metallic Thomas. And you have old slow coach pack, which is actually really cool. I really like that pack, but the rest I don't really like. I think they're going to do a metallic all engines go Thomas for this one. Then a random tanker and livestock van like they have in every single pack of these. The birthday cake car I think is going to be in there. And instead of like Harold or Winston or old slow coach, this time they're going to put in Bruno. I think that's pretty accurate. You guys will see. Next I have the Down the Mine pilot will finally be released. Now, it is in Mattel storage. This is confirmed. It's also confirmed because when they restored the footage, they had to rescan that photo right on the screen there for the official Down the Mine. That was just released everywhere. The official episode. They also, Ian McHugh literally said they have plans of releasing it next year too. He said for the 80th anniversary, like a few years ago. So, I mean, they're already talking about it, so I think it's pretty likely that this will happen. Now, I think it might be released at the Audrey Extravaganza 5 in like a screening, like how they did, how they showed Blue Mountain Mystery last year, like just on a big projector, and they might just screen it to them. I also think they could release it on a complete series DVD, like the complete show, just as a bonus feature on like the season 1, or on the behind the scenes one, maybe. But yeah, we'll get into that. And then merchandise. I don't really think there'll be any merchandise for it. I think it will just kind of, be kind of an under the radar kind of release. Just on a DVD, it will say, plus bonus, never seen before episode. Or something like that. Never seen before pilot. Something like that. But yeah, would be really cool to see the pilot. I mean, we've been looking for this for so many years. Like, since we've known about it. We've always had questions about it. Who's the narrator? I want to see like how the props actually function, because apparently they were terrible. Like you can see like smoke coming out of their eyes and stuff. And who did the music? Who's narrating it? And yeah, there's just a bunch of questions we have about it. So yeah, it would be really cool to see that. Prediction number 4, Audrey Extravaganza 5. Well, I mean, this is happening, like almost 100%. But the predictions are for what's going to happen there. So I think there's going to be a new face for an engine, like Talilin, Dolgok, or Tom Rolt. Kind of like how they've been doing it in that picture there of Duncan, where they have this beautiful new face. Because they used to have some old faces, but they weren't the best. But now they've done Peter Sam, they've done Sir Handel, Rusty, and Duncan. They look fantastic. They look really accurate to the Railway Series illustrations, and they're just awesome. So I think we'll get one for Talilin. That's my prediction. And make a Skarloey. Props. I think that the plastic Thomas from season 1, I think it's going to be there. I think it last appeared in season 11. But everyone's been looking for it. We have the Edward, Henry, Gordon. We have everyone except for Thomas, the plastic Thomas. So that would be really cool to be revealed there, and I think it will be. I think that's what they've been saving it for. So yeah, because it's just in Mattel storage. Unless it got thrown out, which would be crazy, and that would suck. Now, I think they also might, because every year they have the large-scale Skarloey, I think, and then they bring in something new. Last year they had Rumbling Bridge, this year. This year they had Rumbling Bridge and Freddy. I think they are going to bring Mighty Mac, or some other large-scale narrow gauge engine. Season 5 Duncan might be cool. I'm not actually sure if the Season 5 Duncan was just like converted into the Season 6 Duncan. But if it is a separate like thing, I would really like to see that. So yeah. The pilot is shown here. I've already talked about this. I think it's going to be screened here, and it's going to be really cool for everyone going. Hopefully me. Hopefully I can go next year. I'd really like to do that. Crazy reveal about the Railway Series lore. So we've got a few of these at the Audrey Extravaganzas. We've got Skarloey running on the standard gauge railway, to just like in that little truck thing. We've also got Neil got worked to death, which is crazy. We also have the basis for the TK&E engines and the Wellsworth and Suttery engines got revealed. So, but I think there's going to be something bigger than all of those, which I'm not sure what it is, but I think they've been saving something really cool to reveal. Audrey's canceled pages for Thomas the Tank Engine. So as pretty much everyone knows, there was pages cut from Audrey's book by the publishers, which is really unfortunate, but they just had to squash all the stories down, basically. And I'd really like to see what those are, because I think some of them are from Thomas and the Trucks, which would be interesting to see how much you can add to that story. It seems pretty good, but I'm not really sure what else you can add to that. We also have canceled Chris Audrey book could be revealed here. That would be really cool, because I believe he said he did not write Barry the Rescue Engine, but he does have some other canceled ones, and that would be really cool to be revealed here. I also think that we're going to get new photos of the 1953 Sad Story of Henry. Maybe it's a set, maybe it's Gordon, Edward, maybe Henry, maybe just some stills from the episode. Because I think that the actual footage is lost, but we're hoping it's not. So that would be really cool to see the footage from that. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're just going to get photos. Because, of course, we got this James one, but some more photos would be really nice. Next, we have the Railway Series Complete Collection with Chris and Wilbert's books. Maybe it's a book of all 42, like they do for the for Wilbert's book, where they have a just a huge book of all 26 of his stories, and then there's another one for Chris's books, and it's however many he did. But it could also be a 42 book box set, which would be really cool, like the one at the bottom of the screen there. It would just be huge. It'd be pretty expensive, but I would still get it, because, I mean, Chris's books are not really available except online, so it would be really nice to have an updated version with just more access to them, because that's really what's the problem with that. You could also have, I also think that the cover is going to be an All Engines Go Thomas, kind of like this mock-up that I've made here, and I think people are going to get mad about it and say that it should have been Railway Series illustrations, like the original one. But, yeah, I think they're going to put All Engines Go Thomas on it, which is not great. Maybe one of Chris's canceled books is also on here as a bonus, which would be really cool. Instead of having it at the Audrey Extravaganza, you can just release it as a bonus, kind of like how you would release the pilot as a bonus on the Season 1 complete collection. But my next prediction is the series Thomas and Friends, the complete series DVD. So this is a box set of all 24 seasons. You could maybe include the specials, but then you're really kind of pushing it with the price. So you could release the specials as a separate one, which would also be really cool, but having it all in one box would be fantastic. These would be really high quality too, just the highest quality we've ever seen these episodes in. I think that Series 1 through Series 3 are restored, but I don't think the rest are. So it'd be kind of cool to see how they could restore that. You can't really restore Season 8 onwards because they use digital cameras, but Series 7, Series 6, Series 5, Series 4, those would be really cool to see restored. As I've said a lot, this can include the pilot, and it could also include a separate DVD of behind the scenes footage. So you can't really have one for each unless you do it as a bonus feature on each DVD and just have a little blooper reel, because there's so many cool bloopers that we know about that could be on here, like in Season 3 when Birdie runs over all those people. That would be crazy to see. And then we already saw the Season 10 one, so hopefully they can do something like that. That would be really cool. And every special. Hopefully they can include the special in one, but I understand if you can't put it in the box and you'd have to release a separate one. But yeah, I would really like this, because there's not a really good place to watch every season. Like, you have to go, Amazon has the first 7, and then Series 18 to 21, and it's missing some episodes, and then 23 and 24 on Netflix. There's just not a really good place to watch all of them unless you do have the complete series DVDs. And yeah, I hope they re-release these, because they've only been released in the UK. So yeah, that would be really cool. Number 7. The music of Thomas and Friends. Now this can be released digitally. This can be released on CD, but I would love a vinyl. So you'd have a huge box set of vinyls or some CDs. For vinyl, you can have 2 discs per era if you want to condense it, or you can release multiple box sets of each era of the show. But if you were to do, like, you could have 2 discs for classic, you could have 2 discs for hit era, and you can have 2 discs for CGI. It would also be really cool to get some movie ones, like the Thomas and the Magic Railroad soundtrack would be so cool on vinyl. But also the specials, like The Adventure Begins, Soder's Legend of Lost Treasure, and The Great Race all have great soundtracks, and they would be fantastic on vinyl. So yeah, I really hope they do that. You could also release Thomas's Train... What is this even called? Thomas's Train Yard Tracks and Thomas's Songs and Roundhouse Rhythms on vinyl. I only remember these from the covers. I don't remember them from the name. was hard finding these. But if you release these on vinyl, like, they have all of the classic songs. Really Useful Engine. Oh my god. Anyway, Really Useful Engine, Troublesome Trucks. They have Rules and Regulations on here. Just all the classic songs you remember. I would absolutely love to get this. And there's a great concept with Down on the Right. And I really like that. So hopefully they do this. I would really like this, but I don't think it's too likely. Playrail releases something cool. Now, this will probably not happen because Playrail doesn't like to release cool things. They like to release Thomas and the monkey and the apple and the banana cars. What I would like to see is old characters returning that they've done already, like Duck, Donald and Douglas, Oliver, and Bill and Ben. Particularly Oliver, because he's not rare, but he's really expensive. I would really like to see that. But I don't think they're going to do any of these. But they could update them to be the CGI versions. Or they can just update them like the 2003 versions, which I would prefer. But CGI is also cool too. They could also do characters that they've missed out on, like Flying Scotsman. He should have been made when The Great Race was coming out. Daisy should have been made a long time ago. That would be really cool to have her. You also have one that Trackmaster made, but Playrail didn't, like Peter, Sam, and Rheneas. Maybe we could get CGI versions of those guys, because we don't have CGI versions of those guys. That would be really cool. The only narrow engine that we have a CGI version for is Fearless Freddy, who didn't appear in CGI. Oh wait, no. I mean, you have some of the CGI exclusive ones like Victor and Luke, but that doesn't count. I think they'll re-release one of these characters, but in All Engines Go form, and people would be really mad. And I would be so mad too. I think they're going to do Duck maybe, or Donald, because they're doing those in motorized Trackmaster. Yeah, I could see them doing a Duck, and people just be like, bring back the original Duck. And it's like, yeah, do that. Yeah, 100% do that. Like, they released Whiff in All Engines Go form, but they never released an original. And I'd really like to see a Playrail original Whiff, so, yeah. These next two are kind of crazy ones that I'm not sure they'll do. If they do release the pilot this year, I would love to see a Pilot Thomas Greatest Moments pack. Or a set, a Down the Mine set. In the set you would get, or in the Greatest Moments pack, I haven't thought about the set really, but you can get Gordon in it. But in the Greatest Moments pack, you would get Pilot Thomas, as I've designed there, with a different face, kind of like the one from the Talk and Action one, I think would be good, maybe just painted. No lining on the splasher, and no lamp irons on the running board. So, and then you'd have Annie and Clarabelle with their original faces, and then you'd also have 2 Season 1 style trucks, which would be awesome. I would love that. You could also do Audrey's original Thomas model with, I mean, look at it right there. You have J50 like Thomas. I know he's not J50, but he looks like one. Then you can just reuse Annie or Clarabelle for that coach, and then just reuse the Troublesome Truck. It's like the simplest pack ever. Wooden Railway did this in 2015. They just didn't include the trucks, but they did the Thomas. Trackmaster could totally do that. Or Playrail. Yeah, I think those would be great. Prediction 8. The Mark Forster Thomas movie trailer. This ain't coming out, little bro. This movie will never come out. I guarantee it. 100% it won't. But if it does, I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be too focused on the humans, like Adventures of Thomas was supposed to be, and how Thomas and the Magic Railroad was, because no one's trying to see the humans. We care about the trains, unless it's like the driver or Sir Topham Hatt, because we don't care about these new characters, these new human characters, or at least I didn't. And apparently a lot of people didn't, because Thomas and the Magic Railroad flopped, and Adventures of Thomas was never even made. I think it would just come out similar to like an Illumination style film, like it would be similar to the Mario movie or like the Minecraft movie, where it's just a lot of licensed music, a lot of popular music, and just a family movie about friendship, and it'd be really like base level. And I feel like a lot of people are expecting this crazy Thomas movie, but if one really is made, I really don't think it's gonna be too crazy. I think it's gonna be pretty standard. So yeah, that's just what I think. But yeah, what are your predictions for the 80th anniversary? Leave a comment down below and tell me if you agree or disagree with my opinions, because they're all right. They're all going to be 100% right. My predictions are always right. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.